Encounter, darling.
Trembling. I had no thoughts at all, really, only the overwhelming desire not to feel anything ever again. I'm all right. Really, I am. I just felt faint for a minute. Oh, I've been so foolish. Yes, I was foolish. I've been like a foolish child, believing that our animal love could transcend class, social etiquette, table manners, and even my marriage. And yes, I was foolish to believe that we were just two ordinary people, two very ordinary people who found ourselves in the most unlikely yet desperately ordinary situation. Him waking up from his mummified state after 600,000 years, and me being in the most unlikely and ordinary place in the world. If only it was someone else's story and not mine. You see, I'm a happily married woman. Or at least I was.
Evening, Mr. Godby.
Hello, hello, hello.
Quite a stranger, aren't you?
I couldn't get in yesterday.
I wondered what had happened to you.
I had a bit of a dust-up.
What about?
Saw a chap getting out of a first-class compartment. Then he turned nasty and I had to send to Mr. Saunders.
That wasn't good, did they?
Oh, he took him off.
It all started several weeks ago in the refreshment room at Milford Junction. It was Thursday. I was having a cup of tea and reading a book. I think it was 50 Shades of Grey. My train wasn't due for 10 minutes. I looked up and saw a man coming in from the platform. I hadn't even seen his face as he smashed through the doors. Just at that very moment, I seemed to get something in my eye. Please, could I have a glass of water? I've got something in my eye and I wish to bathe it. Yes, all right.
I must go home now, I really must go home. I've lived in dirt so long, you can't understand it.
The next Thursday I went to Milford as usual to do my week's shopping, then to a little cafe for lunch. It was very full, but 2 people had just got up from a table when I came in. That was a bit of luck, or was it? I suddenly saw him at the window. He looked tired and dishevelled, and he pawed at the glass and seemed to want to come in. I must admit my heart skipped a beat. I thought I'd never see him again. Little did I know that he'd been searching for me for over a week.
He crashed through the doors and came and sat down next to me. We ordered our food.
Good afternoon. Can I take your order?
Yes, thank you. I'd like a pot of tea and a slice of fruitcake. Would you like anything? A pot of tea for two then. And another slice of fruitcake, thank you.
I must admit it was rather difficult. He could only speak in a series of grunts. I was a little embarrassed at his table manners and how the other customers couldn't help but stare at him. But it was also heavenly, for although he grunted and bashed the table and tried to eat cutlery and tablecloth, I could understand him. It was as if we were connected somehow. I decided to go to the pictures and he seemed to want to come with me as he bounded along behind. Quite really. And I thought perhaps he might enjoy it.
Do you think I'd go off and leave Melanie and the baby?
I'm not cornered. You'll never corner me, Red Butler, or frighten me. You've lived in dirt so long you can't understand anything else. And you're jealous of something you can't understand. Good night.
A love affair you'll remember as long as you live, filled with all the fire and fury of the times in which it happened. To win 10 Academy Awards. The most honored, the most talked about motion picture in all film history.
He walked me to the station. I hadn't realised how much time had passed, and so I got the last train home. By the time I'd got to Ketworth, I decided I would never see him again. It's silly and undignified behaving like that with a complete stranger. I walked up to the house quite cheerfully and briskly. I'd been behaving like an idiot, admittedly, but no harm had been done, really. Not really. But I was lying to myself for the next Thursday. And for the following 3 Thursdays, I went to Milford, and there he was, waiting, just in the tunnel leading to the platforms, in his quaintly Neanderthal way. It was his instinct and passion that brought him to me.
Yes, I know I've fallen in love with you too, but we must be sensible. Please help me to be sensible. Forget what we've said. I don't want to pretend it to anyone, either to you or to anyone else, don't you see? But now I shall have to. I'm not afraid to love you. But there's still time. If we control ourselves and behave like sensible human beings, there's still time.
I didn't go home straight away. I wandered around thinking about the shame of the whole thing, the guiltiness, the fear. I went through it all in a sort of trance. I'd been behaving like a romantic schoolgirl, like a romantic fool. He said he'd loved me, and I said I'd loved him, and it was true. It was true. I stopped walking as suddenly felt stiflingly hot, as I always did when I thought of him. So I sat down on one of the seats. There was nobody around, so I began masturbating. I don't know how long. Then I noticed a policeman walking up and down a little way off. He was looking at me rather suspiciously. Presently, he came up to me.
You feeling all right, miss?
Yes, thank you.
Waiting for someone?
No, I'm not waiting for anybody.
Don't go and catch cold now. It's a damp night for sitting around on seats.
I'm going to catch a train now anyhow.
You sure you feel all right?
Yes, quite. Thank you, good night.
Good night, miss.
I walked away, trying to look casual with my knickers around my ankles. I felt like a criminal. I walked rather quickly back in the direction of the high street. I got back to the station 15 minutes before the last train to Ketchworth, and then I realised I'd been wandering around for 3 hours, but it didn't seem like any time at all. And that was how it ended. That was our last day together. Our very last day together in all of our lives.
And what I'd give to be happy again. Just to be ordinarily contented. Just at peace. It was only a little while ago, really. It seems like an eternity since he walked, lumbered into the darkness after we said goodbye. How can I say I was perfectly happy without you? Not that anyone's ever perfectly happy, really. I must try to remember that and control my urges. Nothing lasts forever. Neither happiness nor despair. Not even life lasts very long. Only these speeches. These bloody monologues that seem to go on forever. One day I'll look back peacefully and cheerily and think how silly I was. But not now. Now I want to remember every minute. Always, always, always till the end of my days.